3 years ago, $1 million business needed an office, a team, meetings, payroll, and pressure that never switched off. Today, some of them need just one person. Before we go deeper, take a second to like and subscribe, because what you're about to hear isn't hype or motivation talk. It's a shift already happening quietly across the US, the UK, and Australia. And the people benefiting from it, most of them aren't famous. You've probably never heard their names. A few months ago, I came across a story that didn't make sense at first. A guy, no big following, no investors, no employees, was running an online business that was generating more revenue than companies with full staff. No office photos, no LinkedIn announcements, no press features, just a simple website and a payment system. Naturally, I assumed there had to be a catch. Maybe he had a hidden team. Maybe he outsourced everything. Maybe he got lucky with one viral product. But the deeper I looked, the stranger it got. At first, I thought it was an exception, a rare case, but then I started finding more stories. A woman running a digital product business solo, a freelancer managing multiple clients without hiring anyone, a creator selling online services while barely working traditional hours. Different industries, different countries, same pattern. One person, high revenue, minimal overhead. That's when I realized something big was happening under the surface of the business world. Not loudly, not publicly, quietly. A new category of entrepreneur was emerging. The solo operator. Not the hustler working 18-hour days. Not the influencer chasing fame. Not the startup founder pitching investors. The architect. Someone who builds systems that work instead of working themselves. And the force making this possible. Artificial intelligence. Not the kind people argue about online. Not the dramatic headlines. I'm talking about practical AI, the kind that handles tasks, solves problems, and executes processes behind the scenes. Customer support, data analysis, research, sales, operations. In the past, scaling meant hiring. Now scaling can mean automating. That's the shift. Instead of building teams first, some entrepreneurs are building systems first. Systems that can write emails, analyze customer behavior, generate reports, answer inquiries, and even optimize pricing strategies. Tasks that used to require entire departments can now be handled by tools working quietly in the background. And when those systems are set up correctly, something unusual happens. The business stops depending on how many hours the owner works. It starts depending on how well the system is designed. I remember reading a message from one solo founder that stuck with me. He said, "My goal wasn't to work less. It was to make my business need me less." That line changes how you see success. Because most people build businesses that trap them. More customers means more work. More sales means more pressure. Growth becomes exhausting. But system-driven businesses flip that equation. Growth doesn't increase workload, it increases output. That's why some solo operators are scaling faster than small companies with teams. They don't have meetings slowing them down. They don't have communication gaps. They don't have payroll pressure. They just have leverage. And leverage is the quiet advantage nobody notices until it's too late. Think about it. If one person can produce the output of 5, and another can produce the output of 10, who wins long term? Not the busiest, the most efficient. What shocked me most wasn't that these solo businesses exist. Automated services fulfilling orders instantly. It was how many of them there already are. They're hidden in plain sight. Small websites ranking on search engines, niche tools solving specific problems, digital products selling daily. And here's the part that really caught my attention. Most of these solo entrepreneurs didn't start with huge skills or funding. They started with curiosity. They experimented, tested tools, learned workflows, built systems piece by piece, slowly at first, then faster. Then suddenly everything clicked, because once a system works once, it can work again. That's the moment the game changes. That's when a single project turns into a repeatable model. And once someone reaches that stage, they're not just running a business anymore. They're running a machine. But the real question isn't whether one-person AI businesses are possible. The real question is how they're actually being built step by step. And the structure behind them is far simpler and far more powerful than most people imagine. Because behind every one-person AI business that looks effortless from the outside, there's a structure, not chaos, not luck, a structure. And once you see that structure, you start realizing these solo million-dollar operators aren't working harder than everyone else. They're working differently. It usually begins with one simple decision. They stop trying to do everything themselves. Instead, they divide their business into functions. research, content, outreach, sales, delivery, support, optimization. Then they assign each function a tool, a workflow, or an automated process. One by one, tasks that used to consume hours get handed off to systems designed to handle them faster and more consistently. Think of it like building a digital workforce. One system gathers market insights daily, another drafts content or proposals. Another tracks analytics and highlights what's performing best. Another responds to common customer questions instantly. None of these systems sleep, none get tired, none lose focus. And suddenly, one person isn't operating like one person anymore. They're operating like a company. That's the real secret behind this trend. It's not about replacing effort. It's about redirecting effort. Instead of spending time doing repetitive tasks, solo founders spend time improving the system that does those tasks. That's why their growth accelerates. Because systems compound. If a traditional freelancer gets 10 new clients, their workload multiplies. If a system-driven solo operator gets 10 new clients, the system absorbs the increase. Same person, same hours, bigger results. That's leverage most people never experience. There's something else I noticed when studying these businesses. The people running them don't chase dozens of ideas. They focus on one clear problem and solve it extremely well. Not broadly. Precisely. One builds a tool that writes optimized property listings for real estate agents. Another runs a niche research service for podcast hosts. Another sells automated spreadsheet dashboards tailored for small businesses. None of those sound glamorous, but that's the point. Quiet solutions to real problems are often more profitable than flashy ideas that impress people but solve nothing. And when you pair a real problem with automation, something powerful happens. Reliability. Customers get consistent results. Orders get fulfilled instantly. Emails get answered quickly. The business feels bigger than it actually is. From the outside, it looks like a full team is working behind the scenes. In reality, it's one person steering a system. This is why the solo millionaire trend isn't loud. It doesn't show off. It doesn't trend on social media. Because it's not designed for attention. It's designed for stability. The people building these businesses aren't chasing views. They're building engines. And engines don't need applause to run. There's also a mindset shift that separates those who succeed with this model from those who try and quit. Most beginners look for motivation. Successful solo operators look for repeatability. They don't ask, "Can I do this once?" They ask, "Can this run without me?" That question changes everything. Because if something depends entirely on your time, it's not a system, it's a job. But if something keeps producing results after you step away, you've crossed into a different category entirely. You're no longer trading effort for income. You're trading design for income. That's why many of these founders describe a strange moment when they realize their business has shifted. It's not dramatic. There's no celebration. Just a quiet realization one day when they check their dashboard and see sales, signups, or results that happened while they were offline. That moment feels surreal the first time. Not because of the money, because of what it represents. Proof that something you built can operate without you. And once someone experiences that once, they never look at work the same way again. They stop thinking like workers. They start thinking like architects. That's the direction the modern business world is quietly moving toward. Smaller teams, smarter systems, higher leverage, less noise, more output. Not everyone will notice it happening. But the ones who do early, the ones who learn how to design systems instead of just running tasks, are the ones who benefit the most from this shift. Because while most people are still asking how to make money with their time, a small group is learning how to make money with their structure. And structure scales. So if this opened your mind to what's really possible right now, make sure you like this video and subscribe, because the next breakthrough trend we're uncovering might just change how you see work forever.